Arrowhead's QA lead spoke about the Eruptor, the Autocannon, and addressed the Borehide bug. He also mentions they're working to fix the Autocannon as soon as possible. Plus, we'll check out a developer who worked on Magicka, and there's a lot more I'll be covering. If you find this video helpful at any point, hit the like and subscribe buttons, and turn on notifications if you haven't already. Alright Helldivers, we've got more news on the Eruptor. If you missed my video yesterday, I mentioned that the developers are set to drop a brand new patch soon to fix the Eruptor, so go check that out after this one, once you're done watching it. Anyway, the QA lead, JoJo, gave us an update on what's up with the Autocannon. As you all know, it's currently busted, you can't reload after firing a few rounds. This has ticked off a lot of the community. I even saw some comments about it under one of my earlier videos. That said, the QA lead posted this on the official Helldivers Discord and wrote, Autocannon hotfix will be pushed ASAP. Crashes are pretty low right now unless you are modding. As for performance and torso divers, we're looking into both. You can see they're set to fix the Autocannon bug soon with the next patch. They're also looking at performance and torso divers, which I'm pretty sure the QA lead means that bug where you see other players wandering around as just torsos, no limbs. As for the performance issues, they're mostly tied to the recent tweaks in the Automaton's AI, which they straight up said would cause some hiccups in the patch 01.002.200. There's no word yet on when they'll tackle the performance and torso diver bugs, but hey, at least we know they're fixing the Autocannon reload bug and the Eruptor bug too in the next patch. Moving on to the QA lead's post, he dropped another message in the official Helldivers Discord explaining that the Eruptor isn't broken. You can check out the message right here where the QA lead said, the Eruptor was overperforming because of a glitch that caused its shrapnel to go in one direction. It now has a normal shrapnel spread. It does not bounce back and kill the player. So it's not broken, but it has been communicated to the balance people that folks like the consistent damage. Now, I know what most of you are probably thinking. You're probably thinking, wait Glitch, did he really say it's not broken and doesn't bounce back at us? Sure, that's what he said, but it turns out the QA lead misspoke. He later corrected himself after seeing his post blow up on Reddit, and he clarified by saying, I think that's a new record for a post of mine making it onto Reddit. I misspoke a little. The shrapnel can hit you, but only at close ranges, and it's an explosive weapon, so that is par for the course. What I meant was, there's nothing broken about the shrapnel spread. I just put my foot in my mouth, and please stop saying we don't play the game. I just spent most of my lunch messing with the Eruptor on level 8 bots. Yeah, I guess there's nothing technically broken about it, but we know they're dropping a patch soon that will tweak the Eruptor to some extent. I'm curious if the balance team is willing to bring back its old power, like when we could one-shot that big orange sack on a charger.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, pause. That didn't sound right. Let me rephrase, when we could one-shot the charger's orange abdomen. I've seen comments saying we shouldn't be able to do that, but I think it was totally fine. It's an explosive weapon, and to me it makes sense for it to blast that thing apart. I don't think it was game-breaking or that the weapon was overpowered at all. It felt just right. If you agree or disagree, let me know how you felt about it in the comments. With that said, a Helldiver replied to the QA lead, basically asking, isn't the shrapnel supposed to shoot towards the surface it hits? Like the patch note says, if it's not, then the weapon's either badly designed or just plain useless. It's not doing what it's meant to and seems to go against its own point. That's the gist of what this Helldiver said. And in response, the QA lead wrote, I'm not the best to explain it. I'll see if I can get someone to share. But rest assured, I tracked someone down in person from the balance team to ensure they were looking into it. It'll be interesting to see what they've got in store for the Eruptor this time. I'm sure most of you Helldivers out there are hoping for a positive change and nothing negative, right? I know I'd for sure like to see some good changes rather than anything that'd feel awful, but that's all we know about the Eruptors so far. Now, before we move on, there's one more response that JoJo replied to, and this one seems like bait. At least that's what the QA lead called it. There's a post here where a player said it's baffling that he's a QA lead and doesn't see anything wrong with the Eruptor, and that Arrowhead should make playtesters do an eye test before hiring them. In response, JoJo said, "I know this is bait, but I never said I didn't see anything wrong with the Eruptor. It's just not bugged. We're not happy with where it's at balance-wise." Well, so far it seems like the balance team's going to dig into it, and we'll find out soon enough what's in store. I'd say cross your fingers and hope they'll roll out some solid changes whenever that happens. I'm guessing a patch will drop next Tuesday or possibly the Tuesday afterwards. On a different note, JoJo also responded to another member saying they're working on fixing the bore over height issue with weapons. In this reply here, he mentioned they checked it out yesterday and are now figuring out how to fix it. If you're not too sure what's going on, basically the bullets are shooting from the sights instead of the bore itself. For example, in this image here, you'll see what I mean. The bullets are coming from the sights when they should be firing from the bore. Unfortunately, that's not the case right now, but hey, they're on it, and a patch will drop soon enough to sort it out. On a related note, someone commented asking if they plan to bring it back, asking can they at least let us zero our weapons properly. JoJo saw the Helldivers message and replied with, "That would be adding a new feature, so that's a different kettle of fish, but the current behavior is not intended and will be resolved." All in all, there's great news. They're planning to fix it, and I'm pumped to share that with you Helldivers who have been asking me if they're ever going to resolve it, and well, it looks like that's finally going down. So keep an eye out for an upcoming video of mine. I'll keep you all updated on what's happening, and yeah, so check that video out when it drops. Lastly, from the QA lead, he chatted with a player about the gunships and how their bullets and rockets are off target. For example, in this clip, you can see the bullets barely graze me. I know they used to be pretty spot on in the past, but I'm not sure when that shifted. Must have been a few patches back. Anyway, JoJo responded saying the gunship should be more accurate than that, and that he's going to check it out. Now, maybe soon enough, we'll see some tweaks to make them deadlier than they are now. I know I'm all for a challenge, and I think it'll be a solid change no matter how much I groan when I'm getting ragdoll everywhere by the Automaton. So, what do you think about this? Are you hyped for the change or not? Actually, what tweak would you want to see in Helldivers 2 overall? Drop your thoughts below and let's chat about it. Next up, let's dive into the Galactic War and talk about Joel. First off, we've been fighting non-stop to reclaim Populi from the Automaton, so far it looks like we're on track to pull it off. The defense timer's paused and the Helldivers Companion app currently shows us winning, but it seems Joel's not happy and has decided to pull a fast one. In a recent dispatch, it said resupply pod ammunition will be slashed to 50% for all operations on Populi until further notice. Then another dispatch dropped saying our reinforcements are cut to 3 for all operations on Populi in the short term. And all I've got to say is, Joel, you can eat scrap metal because us Helldivers are serving up a plate full for you to choke on. We're turning automatons into junk and we're not losing Populi, so suck it. Alright, what we have next is an update from Steamforged Games, the ones that are creating the Helldivers 2 board game. We can see right here it says update number 2, and if we check out the update, it's pretty interesting. For those out there that want to purchase this, you're going to be able to fight against Terminid hordes. Yes, so there's all sorts of ones like the Shriekers, the Stalkers, you got Chargers, Brood Commanders, I mean, so on, right? And there's even automatons featuring dropships, gunships, scout striders, berserkers, and they've even added a Hulk. So there's a lot of cool stuff here, and if you guys would like to check this out, I'll leave a link down below so you can check it out and maybe put some money towards it if it's something you want to buy. Now, as of right now, we have no clue what the price is going to be, but if I had to guess, I think it's going to be up there in the 100s, right? Maybe 200s. Hopefully not 200 because I think that might be way too expensive. But again, you never know with these type of board games, right? There's some in the past that have been up there in that type of price range, but I'll let you guys know as soon as possible if it's something you would like to buy. Let's talk about something different you might not know about. So for those out there that played Magicka, well, it looks like Wingfrog, the studio director and founder of Arrowhead Game Studios, actually helped create the game. And you can see right here in this post, she wrote, "I worked on Magicka. We had no money for voice actors, of course, so the 7 of us devs did the voices ourselves. Except for Vlad. You gotta make sure you hire a professional for that, so it's legit he's not a vampire. That's pretty cool that a founder helped develop Magicka and also did some voice acting. You gotta be creative, right? And that's exactly what they did. Lastly, for today's video, we have the top 3 comments. As always, if you would like to be featured, all you have to do is comment below. The first comment comes from Ninja Strike. Imagine fighting the Jet Brigade and the Incineration on the same planet. There would be even more chaos. Well, Ninja, it looks like you got your wish, and that's exactly what just happened recently. The second top comment comes from Super Sparrow 45. So what you've written here is you said that it's not about pushing out content, it's just that every time they push out updates to attempt to fix certain bugs, they end up breaking a ton of things, like you talked about the Eruptors, the Quasar Cannon, and all of that good stuff, right? Well, bad stuff. Yeah, so you're not wrong. I mean, it does happen. Part of it's probably because of the game engine, right? They're using an old, outdated engine that they're constantly trying to work on. Last, we have Gigatay. As a person who played NMS and main HD2, I love the fact that both of these small developer teams work so hard to give their community what they want. Yes, it's actually pretty cool, guys. I mean, the fact that they've given out some free stuff in the past, especially when they've messed up, is just awesome to see. And that when they do mess up, they end up correcting themselves and trying to give back in the best way possible. Anyways, those are the top 3 comments. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you can, tap the like button and consider subscribing and turn on those notifications. I'd appreciate the support so much. And with that, thank you to everyone that's a member of the channel. I appreciate it so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.